Day, and welcome into episode 3 of season 2 of Vol Club Confidential. I'm your host, Austin Price. We've got Tennessee linebacker Aaron Beasley on the show tonight. Big defensive performance against Virginia this past weekend. Of course, we have Austin Peay coming up on Saturday, that game being at 5 o'clock. We bring in James Clausen now. And James, you think back to the tailgate in Nashville, obviously a huge turnout, but it was more than just the tailgate for Vol Club members. You had the stuff at Barstool. You had a couple other different events. Just a neat way to kind of bring in the new year.
Yeah, it was awesome to see a bunch of familiar faces that we haven't seen in a while, and just the number of people that were at Barstool on Friday night was kind of blew us away. I mean, I know our membership has grown significantly since the last home game, but to see that take place Friday night and then to see the tailgate on Saturday and the amount of Tennessee fans that showed up in Nashville was pretty cool.
This weekend, first home game, you've got a new tailgate location, which will be on the other side of McClung Tower from Vol Village, a bigger footprint for the Vol Club.
Yeah, bigger footprint between McClung and the library. So, checkerboarding up gets into the tailgate. So just be prepared to show your mobile wallet pass. But should be a big footprint. I think it's going to be a great time. It'd be much more room than Circle Park for us.
That's right, and James will be signing autographs starting at 2 o'clock.
That's Austin, actually.
At 2 to 2:15. He'll sign autographs for 15 minutes, and maybe I'll be there. He's James Clausen. I'm Austin Price. Let's bring in tonight's key guest, that being linebacker Aaron Beasley. Aaron, you've had this weird career arc, man. I mean, you kind of played a little bit of everything. I mean, on both sides of the ball since you've been here. There was a time when you were suspended and, not around the team, and then now you've come back and you're one of the team leaders. How much have you grown up? It's kind of you've kind of done it in front of our eyes, but how much do you feel like you've kind of matured since you've been here?
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing for me. Coming in from high school to college, new scenery, new people. I feel like it took me a while to, realize that and, take that into consideration of, my maturity levels and, who I was as a person and where I was as a person. So, I'm forever grateful for, my time here, the past, all the ups and downs. It made me who I am today, and it's definitely made me more mature. And, I couldn't want it any other way, I think that's the biggest thing is the stuff we go through and, the good or the bad, it makes us who we are at the end of the day. So we can only be grateful for it.
Was there a particular person or a particular moment in time where, it kind of started to click for you as far as, kind of growing up a little bit and, kind of seeing what's in front of you?
A person? Like a person?
Yeah, I mean, somebody have an impact on you? Or?
Yeah, I think a lot of people I come in contact with, a lot of people I've had, friendships with, relationships with, I feel like all those people, kind of influenced me and, made me gain that maturity. I wouldn't say anybody in particular, but it's so many to name. But, some of my teammates, some of my linebacker buddies I used to play with, even those guys, they really, just learning from them. And I feel like, it really helped me a lot being able to grow.
We go back to when you were away from the team and you were suspended. And I told you the story. I remember it was this. I think it was the open practice in 2021 spring. Hypes first just got here, and you're not around the team. And I look up, and there you are, and you got this hood on, and you're at Neyland Stadium. And you're sitting up by yourself. Nobody really recognized you up there sitting by yourself, but I did. And when you're sitting there, did that kind of put it all in perspective of like, okay, I've got this opportunity. I just got to do what I need to do to get back on the team, and then go.
Yeah, I feel like it's a cliche saying you never know what you have until it's taken away from you. So just getting a chance to go out there, it really made me realize what I was missing out on, and the privilege I had to play this game at the University of Tennessee. Just seeing that, I was really just soaking it all in because, just seeing what I was missing and seeing what I could be a part of, I wasn't able to at the time. So it was a moment for me. I think that's why I went there, just to actually see like what I was missing out on, and just the time being away, you know, that's when it really hit me.
You work your way back, and you immediately really kind of connect with Brian Jean-Marie, the linebackers coach. Mm-hmm. What's he meant to you?
Man, he's meant a lot. I think the biggest thing a coach can do for a player is really believe in them, really have that trust in them. I think if a player feels that from his coach, I think the ceiling is high for him. And Coach BJ does a great job in, you know, believing in his players and trusting his players and, you know, giving them that confidence to go out there and play ball. So, you know, I forever got love for Coach BJ. You know, our relationship has grown, and he's really a father figure to me. You know, being away from home, having a guy like BJ, it really makes things easier when, you know, you're playing ball.
When you came in, it was a different staff, but you came in, and, I mean, again, you bounced around. Like, when did you kind of know linebacker was going to be it for you? And did you ever kind of envision linebacker being it for you when you were in high school?
Yeah, you know, they kind of put it in my ear. Some schools recruited me at linebacker. If you ever watch my high school film, a lot of it was, you know, I was hitting. I like to hit. That was probably my favorite thing to do in high school, was to hit people. And, you know, still is. But I think that's what I showed a lot of, was hitting. So I think a lot of people, including myself, you know, saw myself being kind of a linebacker box player. So I was always optimistic, and, you know, playing linebacker wasn't – I feel like I've always been my awareness of football has always been pretty good. So my switch to it really wasn't too bad. I had to learn the fronts and a lot of terminology, but I think moving to linebacker really fit my game and my style of play.
Some of you older guys that have been here for 4 or 5 years have kind of seen the downs, and then last year's obviously saw the ups.
Yeah.
To kind of see where it started and now where it kind of is, and all the momentum for the program. Mm-hmm. How much does that mean to you to know you've been a part of that, a key part of it?
Yeah, it means a lot, because you know what it's like when it's not going good. You know what it's like when everybody scratching their head, looking crazy. So I think going through that and to where we are now and having those older guys who've been through that with me and with this team, it really sheds a light on, you know, who we want to be and who we don't want to go back to. So going through all that, it's really helped us. It's helped us, you know, show the other guys the way, especially the younger ones, so that they don't have to, you know, go back through that. We don't have to, you know, go through that whole process again of, you know, being down and just not good vibes around. You know what I'm saying?
You look in the linebacker room, and, you know, you're kind of, you know, Keenan's technically the old man River, but I mean, you're up there, right? I mean, like, compared to these other kids.
They call me old man all the time.
Did they really?
Yeah.
How do you take that?
I laugh. You know, I get it.
What are you, 22?
Yeah, I'm 22.
I mean, you're not even that old.
Yeah, I ain't that old, but
Keenan's 25. He can rent a car.
Yeah. I laugh at it because I know one day they could be in the same shoes as me, so I joke with them about that. But, and, you know, it's all love at the end of the day. I want the best for those guys, and it's vice versa to everybody.
Do you relish the chance to kind of be that old guy now?
Yeah. I take pride in it. You know, I just want them to know, bro, if I'm out there doing it, bro, there's no reason why they can't do it, you know. So I just want them to know, bro, they can do whatever they want with this game, and if they really hone in and, you know, minimize the mistakes and just learn, always be willing to learn.
You impressed by how much talent's in that room right now?
I really am. I really am. Such young talent, and the young talent and the off the field and the smarts all match it. So it's cool to see, honestly. I haven't been a part of a young talented room like this one.
What do you like about the group, like as a whole, from like a gel standpoint? Like what do you guys do off the field? I mean, do you find yourself? I mean, do you just hang out with the older guys? Do you find yourself hanging out with some of these younger linebackers? Kind of take me through what it's like to be in that room. Yeah,
we hang out sometimes. I mean, a lot of them were kind of like me when they first came to college. They really don't, you know, do much outside of, you know, ball, as far as, you know, hanging outside, stuff like that. But, you know, we kick it sometimes. We'll go over to each other's house, play the game, things in that nature. Just really chill. But yeah, it's good vibes for sure.
What's been your best memory to this point? I mean, it's easy to sit there and go Alabama, but I mean, is it simply as that, or is there something else that sticks out for you? Is it the Orange Bowl? You had the 2 big sacks.
Yeah.
I thought Pittsburgh last year was one of your really cool games.
Yeah, Pitt last year was probably one of my favorite games, honestly. Because usually at the beginning of the season, we started out like getting beat 10-0 that game.
Yeah.
A slow start, and usually the past teams I've seen, Tennessee, we'll lay down, we'll kind of, give up, put our head down and stuff. But that was the first time I actually seen us, keep going and keep attacking, and not put our head down and just believe that we're gonna come out on top at the end of the game. But other than that, honestly, last season overall was probably the most fun I had being at Tennessee. My first 2 years, it was brutal. Like I really didn't have that love for football anymore, even though I did. But at the same time, I just didn't get that same feeling.
Well, not playing and losing, or playing very little and losing.
Not playing and losing was the big thing. So last year was definitely the most fun I had. Probably the funnest I had since I've been at Tennessee, for sure.
You make the move from 24 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Take me through the change. Why? I mean, your brand was 24.
I guess I really didn't realize the type of brand I had with 24, so I didn't think it would be that big of a deal.
Well, I think once you start making plays, it all shifts. But like when you go back and watch your career highlights, it's gonna be like 24, 24, 6.
Trying
to be Kobe.
Yeah.
24 to 8, 8 to 24.
I wish I could. I'm a big Kobe fan. You go in my crib, you'll see Kobe on the wall, some more Kobe stuff. So I'm a big Kobe fan. I wish I could have went 24 to 8, but I let BT. I was gonna let BT have the 8. I mean, I ain't even asking for it, so I gotta know how people are with the numbers.
We talk about the kind of the belief, and you talked about like last year that Pittsburgh game was the first time you saw a Tennessee team like push through when they have a little bit of adversity.
Yeah.
This team talks about winning the East, doesn't shy away from talking about it. I mean, every team's kind of, I always tell this to high school kids, like every team's goal before the season starts is to go win a state championship, right? Whether you were 0-10 last year or 10-0.
Most definitely.
But you all genuinely believe you can get to Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the belief changed? Why does this belief? Why is it different?
The work we've put in, you don't get that confidence and believing that you can win something without putting something into it, without putting the work into it. So I feel like that's a big part of it. Coach Heupel's also done a good job of ingraining that into our minds that expect to win, not just believe, but expect it. And you get that also from your work and stuff. And a lot of times he talks about like hoping, trying, and believing and expecting. And we expect to do what we say we're gonna do, and that's what we're gonna stick to.
What other expectations do you have? Whether it be just for you individually.
Me individually?
Yep.
Honestly just being the best teammate I can be. On the field, on Saturdays, and even during the week, just being the best teammate for the people around me, and just doing what I can to do to help this team reach our goals.
What do you like about this team that last year's team didn't have? Is there something you can pinpoint through one game and fall camp that this team has that maybe last year's team did not have?
I think we're more cohesive, like as an overall unit.
Is that defensively or overall?
Just overall, like I feel like we have more people overall on the same page and the same mindset. And I feel like that's the difference. I think last year's team was phenomenal. We had a lot of good athletes, a lot of good players. But I feel like just this year's team, it's still season just started, so I don't want to speak too soon. But I feel like this team is more a cohesive unit overall, offense and defense. I feel like we all have the same mindset. We're all on the same page, and I feel like that's the biggest difference I see so far.
What was your biggest takeaway from the Virginia game?
That we could be really good, honestly. I feel like we can be really good, but we just got to keep working, not get too high, get too low. I feel like that was another thing with last year. I feel like we got to a point where we kind of got a little relaxed, a little comfortable, which I feel like we got a little too high. So I feel like that's the biggest thing with us. I like what I saw. We just got to keep getting better, keep improving, and not get too high.
Some of those younger guys, and I don't mean just like the freshmen, right? I'm not talking about Arion Carter or David Hobbs. Obviously those those players being able to get on the field early is impressive. But I always said all off season, I thought the best chance for the defense to take the next step is if the Elijah Herrings and the James Pierces and Josh Josephs and that group that's now sophomores. They take the leap. From
definitely.
year 1 to year 2. What do you think of that group?
That another group that's really talented and really cares about ball, really smart individuals, and they just overall carry themselves pretty well, very mature for their age. And it's crazy that they're sophomores, bro, because they don't look like it, they don't act like it, and they definitely don't play like it. So it's really impressive to see the step that they've made from last year to this year, especially like, James Pierce and Elijah Herring. I've seen them grow exceptionally. So it's real cool to see. I'm really impressed by them, and the future is really bright for them.
Are you a talker? I would say no, right? Like you're pretty reserved.
Yeah, I talk now, but I like to just sit back and listen to everything.
Are you surprised, knowing who Elijah is off the field, were you surprised when you saw him on the field and how much he chirps?
Honestly, I was, because I'm kind of the same way. I really don't talk that much off the field, but like once we get in a war with another team, so he's kind of like me in that area. He gets real chirpy. He might be a little more chirpy than me, but ain't nothing wrong with that because his play backs it up for sure.
Game you're looking forward to most this year? And I don't mean put bulletin board material out there, but just one that you're looking forward to playing in a stadium, or you're looking forward to going against this type of offense.
I'm really interested in Austin Peay this week. You might think I'm just talking, but no, their offense.
Yes, I think you're just talking.
The offense is
Coach Heupel's very impressed by your ability to stay in the moment.
The offense is a lot like our offense, so I think it'll be unique to see another team
try to run tempo on you.
Yeah, try to run tempo on us, which we've seen our offense really didn't put it on us that bad, other than the scrimmages and stuff and the little tempo periods we had in practice. But Austin Peay, wide splits, things in that nature, like our offense, they will go tempo. I don't know if they're as fast as our offense, but they resemble our offense a lot. So I'm interested in seeing that. That was a good one.
This guy, I'm telling you, what a coach answer. Best uniform. You get the ones this weekend, obviously. Your thoughts on that? Do you like what you wore last year at LSU better than this weekend?
I like the classic Smokies. I do. I really do. This year's, I gotta see him. I gotta see him in person. I gotta see him with it on. I think it'll look good. In all honesty, it's something different, something we ain't seen. But I think it'll look good. I
like the face mask with him in the pictures. Did you see the pictures?
Yeah. The gray face mask.
Yeah, the light gray face mask.
Yeah, I think that was a nice touch too. I think we'll just have to see when Saturday comes what they really look like. But my all-time favorite is the all black for sure. My first high school I went to, I kind of watched them growing up, and it was like the Bowden Red Devils, and the high school, we would play like our rivals. They were the Bremen Blue Devils. And so we would get in all black. Our team would get in all black. But when I got to high school there, they took the all black away, the black jersey, black pants away. So I never got to wear all black till I got here. So the all black, my favorite.
What are we thinking, A&M for that?
I'm not sure. It's a good question.
Makes the most sense to me. Either that or South Carolina.
Yeah, I like South Carolina. I like wearing it against them. I think we should do that.
All right.
Probably.
You heard him. Players Council, South Carolina. All right, we're going to get to some rapid fire here. You brought up Kobe earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan, for sure.
You're not a big LeBron guy.
Yeah, I'm not a big LeBron guy.
Because you're a Kobe guy.
Yeah. I think Kobe's the greatest, though. if you have to ask me.
So he's got Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe's the greatest.
You're not the first person to
I got
put
Kobe
in that.
Kobe, Jordan, LeBron. LeBron, he's really big, great size, athletic. It's just I think Kobe had a little more skill in his game overall than LeBron. I think LeBron a lot of times uses his size to his advantage, which, makes him pretty good too. Not taking him away from his God-given gifts, but I'm a Kobe fan.
Obviously, you're in an era that plays a lot of PlayStation, Xbox, and play Madden, old NCAA.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever played an old school Nintendo before?
Old school, like 94 Nintendo?
No. Yeah.
My growing up, my pops, I forget the game.
Tecmo Bowl?
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl. He split that.
Your thoughts on it? Like, how do you think your teammates would fare? Like, we've brought this up, having they do like the on Twitch, they'll do the Madden games.
Yeah.
If we did that, but we did it with Tecmo Bowl. How do you think that? Do you think they'd be able to figure it out?
The younger generation, I don't know if they ever even laid eyes on that. Like the freshmen and sophomores, I don't know if they ever laid eyes.
I mean, you're only 4 years older than them.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised now. They were born in like 2005. Now I was born in 2000. That's a big difference. But no, I think they'll get a hang of it because I think our games now are a lot more. There's a lot more to it than.
I just
Tecmo
like to see them
Bowl.
talking about graphics.
Oh yeah, they would hate the graphics. They would hate the graphics for sure. Yeah, the graphics. Yeah, they wouldn't fare well with that.
What's something most people don't know about Aaron Beasley?
I think I've told some people this. I'm a big outside guy. I like to be outside a lot. Whether that's just chilling with a nice little mountain view, or taking a hike, fishing, being on the lake. I like that. I feel like I don't post that enough, but I do that on my free time a lot.
Is there a spot on? Can you name a spot on campus where, like, if you just needed to go and chill for 30 minutes and just clear your mind, that's outside?
Yeah.
Where would you go?
It's like it's across the river from campus.
Okay.
The bluffs. Yeah. Everybody know about the bluffs. Yeah, that's a cool little spot I like to go to. There's some people that's always there when I go there. One dude, his name Brian. He's always there when I go there, so it's cool to chop it up with him every time I go. So that's probably my favorite spot, honestly.
For you, what have you enjoyed most about Knoxville?
Just the energy evolving around football, like in sports in general, just, baseball, basketball, really all the sports. Just the passion and energy that they have for it all around here it makes what we do as student athletes like more, like we take it more into consideration of why we do it and what we're doing it for. It makes it a little easier to know that people really care about this stuff, so it makes us go harder for sure.
When you're able to go and read to a elementary school, or you're out in public having dinner and a little kid comes up to you because the parents recognized you or they recognized you.
Yeah.
Like, do you take pride in that, knowing this little kid, I can have an impact on them?
Yeah, most definitely. I always enjoy talking to the kids. I think that's the biggest thing. Is just pouring into the generation coming up. Because I feel like they're the most important. Because they're coming up, they're up and coming. So I feel like anytime I get a chance to talk to some kids or even just fans in general, I take pride in it. I take time out to do it. I know it could make the day.
What's your drive? What's your purpose?
A lot of people where I come from, the small town I come from, like, there's been a lot of talented people, like a lot more talented than me, but they never got a chance to get out of the small town I was from. Whether that just be some off the field stuff, getting in trouble, not having the grades, things in that nature. So that really makes me go, because I know if they had this opportunity, they'll make the most of it. And the fact that they didn't have the opportunity, I know I'm the one they're looking to, that they're looking for on Saturday. So that really makes me go. Just doing it for the people who really weren't able to, who just didn't get the chance to. That really makes me go.
I know your parents are just over the moon for all your success here lately. What have they meant to you?
That meant a lot, man. I know I gave him a tough time, growing up. I really did, but we got through it. We're here now. I know they're proud of me, and I appreciate them, because without them, I really wouldn't be here. Without their resources, their help, their knowledge, it'd be hard for me to be in this position.
The older you get, and I know I'm the same way. The older you get, I think the more you appreciate them. Like sometimes you probably didn't like what they had to say or their viewpoint on something, but in the end, they probably just wanted the best, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that's how it goes for a lot of people. It's hard to realize it when you're young and think you know it all. And they're bickering at you, telling you to do this or that, and you just kind of brush it off, not realizing that they're just telling you what's best for you. It's sad that a lot of people really don't realize it till they go off to school or move away from the people's that what they was telling us the whole time was really what was best for us. And I know me, I really didn't listen a lot of times, so I'm forever appreciative of them.
What's the best advice you've been given since you've been here?
Be where your feet are. I say that. A lot of times our mind can go all over the place, whether it be the past or thinking about what's the future, what's next. I think that was the best advice I was given. Just be where your feet are, be in the moment, be here. I think that's the biggest thing, because especially for me, it gets tough sometimes, worrying about, what's next or what could happen, or even sometimes dwelling on the past. It's hard to, or it's easy to do that. So I just try to remember, just be where my feet are, be in the moment, be here. So I think that was some of the best advice I've been given.
Every time you walk into Neyland Stadium, because your career's dwindling down here. Who knows how many games you got left, but like, do you soak it in more and more? Like when you're on the Vol walk, when you're hanging out with your teammates after practice. Like, do you soak up the moments? Do you ever think around and go, man, this is? When you're in Nashville Saturday and you got 65 of the 68,000 or Tennessee Orange, and you ever look around and go, man, this is just special. Yeah,
I did that Saturday. I took a little time and just looked around and was real appreciative of it. These are moments I'd never be able to get back. So it's starting to get a little bittersweet for me, honestly. But I'm still just trying to be in the moment every chance I get.
You don't seem like the emotional crier type.
Nah, I will now. I try not to show it, but yeah, I can get emotional sometimes. But that's just part of it. That's part of life. We all get emotional. We all got emotions. So I think, man, that's just life.
The best part of the team, the fact there's so many veterans.
Yeah, that's the best part of it. We got a lot of guys who've been through a lot, who've seen a lot at all different places. So I think just having that in the building is special, especially to the younger ones, because we want to leave it better than we found it, and just showing them the way and just teaching them things. I feel like that's the best part of this team, is that we have that, and that only makes it better.
When you look around your teammates, is there one person that you're like, man, I'm so glad that it worked out for this guy? Like, he's playing and he's having success and that type of thing. Is there one guy that you're more happy for than the rest? I know you're happy for all of them, but one that really kind of stands out?
I had to say Joe. Honestly, like you said, I'm proud of everybody on the team, but
he stuck it out.
Joe stuck it out, and I know what he went through when he first transferred here. It wasn't easy. Even though he probably made it seem easy, him and Hendo's relationship was pretty tight knit, but what he did wasn't easy to do. So I'm proud of Joe for that, for sticking it out, and just being a great teammate. No matter what's happening, just being there for Hendon, being there for all our other teammates. I was really, really impressed with that, and proud of Joe for that.
When your time's done, what will you be most proud of, and what core memories do you take with you the most?
The growth of Tennessee football and myself personally. just a lot of adversities, but a lot of times, adversity really doesn't define, a person or a university. All it does is put you on the hot seat of what you're gonna do next. So I feel like we've taken a step in the right direction in that way. A core memory, probably the Pruitt area. I feel like those 2 years really, it was a brutal 2 years. No disrespect to anybody who was around that time, but I'm forever appreciative of that time. Although it wasn't all cookies and sunshine, but it was. I think it played a huge part into where I am now and where this university is now.
Helped define you.
Yeah, most definitely.
Cookies and sunshine, baby. Cookies and sunshine. He's Aaron Beasley. We appreciate your time joining us on Vol Club Confidential this week. Next week, we'll have McAllen Castles on episode 4 of Vol Club Confidential. We'll see you out there at Neyland Stadium this Saturday for Austin Peay.